if you went from 0 to 20, are you going 20 to 80 or are you going 20 to 50 now?
I would say I was going 20 to 50 at that point.
So what's the next move you're making when you start hearing this?
Well, when this stuff started to happen, I actually was almost going to get fired. They almost fired me for that hit piece.
From the from
RSBN.
Okay, got it.
And the funny thing is, I didn't even want to do the show at that time. I was looking for an off-ramp. I didn't want to do the show. I wanted to kind of move on because I didn't get a lot of viewership. But at that point, they were trying to knock me out. So it made me want to stay in the game.
This guy that called you, Nick, who was your boss, the RSBN guy, is he a good guy in your eyes?
He's a good guy.
So you have a relationship with him till today, or you guys don't talk, but you're saying he's a good guy?
I haven't talked to him, but he's a good guy.
But he's a good guy. Okay, so this is not a bad guy. This is a level-headed guy. Okay. So now you're sitting there, they're thinking about getting rid of you. You're not getting a lot of eyeballs with their show, the platform that they have. It's not performing as well as you think it was. What happens next?
So they take the show off the air around May 2017. Then they say, well, our fans, they had like a very small, loyal group of followers on their YouTube channel. They said the fans are demanding we bring your show back. They said, we'll make it work for you. You could do it 3 days a week instead of 5, et cetera. I said, all right. I said, I'll come back. So I did a show in May 29th. That was my comeback show. What happens later, the next kind of big shoe to drop, a lot of people would think it's Charlottesville, because I did wind up at Charlottesville in August of 17, later that in the summer.
Yep.
But what a lot of people don't know is that there was a lot of stuff that happened before then, which is that I go to the Leadership Institute for a job training. Leadership Institute, I don't know if you're familiar.
No, I'm not.
So they're a think tank in D.C.
Conservative or not?
Very conservative.
Okay.
Morton Blackwell's a founder, and they create all these conservative activists that go on campus, and they create campus organizations. So many Leadership Institute people will get training from that group, and then they go and start a college Republican chapter, a Turning Point chapter.
So who would be a comparable of a Leadership Institute to today? Would TPUSA be a competitor of theirs, or no? They're more like
work
a
together.
Hillsdale. Are they?
They're very similar to Turning Point.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you're going there, and alumni includes folks like James O'Keefe, Mike Pence, Mitch McConnell. It's okay. Conservatives that gone to James O'Keefe. So it's not like it's just people that are maybe some would call rhinos. James O'Keefe is somebody he's pushed against the envelope many times. So you're there, you're thinking about going to that place. What happens next?
So I go there for a job training, and I'm thinking about dropping out of college and working for Leadership Institute. I go there for a job training. It's about 2 weeks, and it's in D.C., and you stay there in like a bunk dormitory-style living. And for 2 weeks, it's sort of this like boot camp, and they try to see what you're made of. It's a training to see if you're going to be a field representative, where you go across the country for 3 months and set up these campus conservative chapters. And so I go there, and the first day that I'm there, they have everybody go up and down and introduce themselves. And they say, tell us your name, where you're from, and why you're a conservative. First day of a 2-week training. And they call on me, and I say, I'm Nick Fuentes. I said, and I'm a conservative because our country is becoming unrecognizable. I said, France is no longer France. Paris is no longer Paris. America is no longer America. Mass migration is changing what America is. I said, and I want to conserve what America historically has always been. Now, the first day that I say that, it turns out the instructor is a Lebanese immigrant. She hates the statement. She takes my application and throws it in the garbage, but she doesn't tell me that. So I'm there for the whole 2 weeks, but I'm already disqualified.
Christian, Jewish, Muslim, she's a Christian?
I assume she was Christian.
Lebanese immigrant.
Right.
Okay. You remember that person's name? Or
I don't remember her name.
Okay. But how do you know she did that?
Because I had a friend that worked the training. He was Polish Catholic, very hard right, and he told me that's exactly what happened.
Okay. Do you know why?
Why she canceled because she took offense that I said something against immigration.
Okay, so now we're going to comments you made about immigration, which is more nationalism, pro-America. I want to protect it. I don't want America to be a majority-minority by 2030s. Right. I want us to keep our identity that we have. Okay, so she's offended by that. So now you can't go here.
Well, it gets better. So that's day number one. Why are you a conservative? Because immigration's changing the country. She hates it, disqualifies me. Now, I'm still there for 2 weeks, trying to get a job that I'm never going to get because she already threw my application away. Well, the final day, this is the best part. Final day of the training, all the applicants had become kind of like a tight-knit group. We're all friends. We're literally living together. So we're sleeping in the same dormitory. We're doing these 10-hour job trainings every day. It's the last day. We already found out who's going to get the job and who isn't. I know I'm not getting the job. And so it's like 3 a.m., our last day. We're all in the common area, just hanging out. Late at night, we're talking about politics. And at that point, they realized I was a pretty far-right guy. I was maybe more far-right than anybody there. And we're all talking about politics. And it comes up, we're talking about interracial relationships and marriage. And I said, well, I'm not in favor of interracial marriages. That's against my values. I want to have a white wife. I want to have white kids. That's important to me. Now, there was a girl who was in the group. Her name was Emily Faulkner. Now she's like a big pro-life activist. She's married. But at that time, she was in this little group. She pulls out her phone and she starts secretly recording me. She doesn't say anything, but she pulls out her phone, hits record, and she says, so wait a second. She goes, you're saying that if I have sex with a black person, that's the same as having sex with a dog? I said, no, I'm not saying that. I said, but I think race mixing's immoral. I said, I think they'd both be immoral. She takes that clip, along with clips of other things I said. She sends it to Cassie Dillon, because she knew and apparently was friends with Cassie, unbeknownst to me. Cassie Dillon sends it to a group called Reagan Battalion, and they post that all over Twitter. And it blows up on Twitter, and now I am like officially being canceled because of this secret recording taken at this Leadership Institute job training.
Is the video public to see?
It is.
Is it? How bad is the video? Is it appropriate to just show?
You can pull it up, yeah.
Rob, can you pull it up? I'm actually curious on how bad the video is. It's on YouTube. What should he put?
I don't know. If you pull it up on, it's a funny search query.
That's not it. So
I don't know where you could find it.
Rob, you look forward. We'll continue conversation. If you find it, we'll come back to you. Okay. So she sends it. The Reagan Battalion posted all over X. At this point, if you had 1,000 followers when Ben retweeted you, where are you at now when this happens?
So I must have been at maybe 3,000, 4,000 followers.
Okay. So you're still not somebody that has been, you got 100,000 followers. You're not at that level yet.
Right.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nick Fuentes. If you want to text me or call me or ask me a question, you can find me on Minect.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.